This is a book review of Marney the Fox. It's by Scott Goodall and John Stokes. And they've actually produced vast amounts of other work, so I'm not going to go through that. There are some details in here about them. But I'm going to go through the back, and it's from Rebellion. This is part of their Treasury of British Comics. Treasury of British Comics, they produced quite a few over the last couple of years, and may they bring out many, many, many more, because there should be thousands of these books. I would love to see more of these, obviously not Marney the Fox, because this has the entire story, which is the good thing. It's not volume 1, volume 2, etc. This is Marney the Fox, complete collection, volume finished. So Rebellion, so bringing out lots and lots of these, and this one I think is one of their best. So there's Marney on the front, and you can see the problem that he has all the way through the book. Not obviously that character, because there's you'd think that with a book like this, where you've got a character running around and problems in the countryside, that there will be a lot of repetition. I have to say, I did not find that. I felt the stories, there was enough variation in the story, and there's about 110 separate stories. Issues. So, because it was spread over 2 years. Now the paper, beautiful quality paper. I'm just going to open it up so you can see the book, the spine there, and you see the spine there. And it's got an introduction. I love introductions. I have to say, introductions, and you can see just by the shine on there, it's glossy paper, which is slightly different again from the usual ones that Rebellion come out with. So this is very, very nice quality. Like an introduction, John Stokes. And it's also got the details I'm going to say, get this right. So Buster from 22nd of June 1974 to the 4th of September 1976. That was 2 years. 2 years of Marney. So you got really, if you were into the Marney story, it's a lovely story to follow. I have to say, I may have done. I can't recall. I didn't read Buster that regularly. 1976, I was probably reading more than Marvel Comics, DC Comics, etc. But I did buy British comics as well. But I probably didn't buy Buster on a regular basis. So I really don't recall many of these Marney the Fox stories. Now it's obviously starts out in this lovely glossy paper, like I say, it's just beautiful. The restoration is superb. This is just absolutely glorious. Now, what happens to Marney? Well, Marney obviously is separated from his family, and that's obviously the start of the story. And that's it. He goes, basically, he's got loads and loads of adventures. And I'm just going to quickly show up there. And you've got, obviously, where he has a lot of kindness shown to him, a gentle touch. But there's also hated man. He mentions hated man all the way through. And can't blame him, because virtually all the way through, we send dogs against him, everything, birds against him. There's otters, there's loads and loads of different characters that appear in this. Redback the Weasel. I always love the way that they're always given names. Got Redback the Weasel. Bentir the Old. I'm just choosing, obviously just going through, probably even rabbits are given, everyone's given the names. So, and then of course got lots, and obviously got a bit of fox hunting in here as well, in the story. And you've got some beautiful scenes here where it's the snow. It's all, obviously it's the whole seasons of the problems as well, rivers. He goes through the lot, and there's not really that much repetition. There's a few bits where I think, oh, that bit of story sort of appeared a few times before. But in many cases, I have to say, there was a lot of genuinely enjoyable where he meets people, or obviously animals as well, and a variety of problems for him. He's this, he's that, lots of different issues. And you really feel for him. You really feel for Marney. And I think it's lovely. Just absolutely beautiful, beautiful story. And there's some real scumbags as well. Lots of the humans, not all, some are really, trouble is, obviously he's got this problem where he feels that everyone is out to get him. So, which sometimes causes the problems. So, but it's, well, an absolutely beautiful book. I loved every single story, every single segment. And I have to say, Didn't find anything that I didn't, oh, this is a bit boring at any point. No, it was an absolute masterpiece. So this is definitely a really great that Rebellion have brought this book out. Marney the Fox. I don't know how popular it was before. I mean, obviously, I've never heard of it. And I have to say it's pity, because these sort of books should be better known. And of course, you've got, like in America, you've got millions and millions of books that are immensely popular, well known by everyone. And also, of course, you've got European comics, lots of characters that are super well known. But are the British comics so well known? I don't know. And certainly Marney the Fox really is I just think this is a beautiful, beautiful comic book that I don't know if it won any awards. It should have done. If there was any justice in the world, this should have been up there in terms of winning awards. But it's great it's been completed. It is complete as well, which is great, because sometimes I always feel that obviously you get these ones where it says volume 1, volume 2, that's fine. But it's sometimes with UK comics, British comics, they didn't always finish the stories, because it was like great news, we're going to be another magazine. Buster is going into Core, or Core is going into Buster, whatever. And generally, whatever it meant, that meant that some of your favourite comics suddenly just stopped. And I never felt that you really had satisfying endings. This, I think, is just great that it's a complete book, complete story, and what a classic, real classic. Marney Fox, totally recommended. So Rebellion, Treasury of British Comics, and I would definitely recommend checking out some of their other ones, because they've got quite a collection coming out now, and then I think some real masterpieces in their sets, and hopefully they'll bring out some more, many more. So Marney Fox, totally recommended.